back to another plan with me. This time for September. I know September has already started. I'm always late, but better late than never, and I really like to share just different techniques and things you can do with your bujo when you're somebody who is a beginner or maybe a little bit overwhelmed with everything. I just like to explain what I do. If this is your first time watching, my name is Rebecca, and usually I do art videos, I do art challenges. My favorite medium is watercolors, which is well known on my channel. I just love it so much, but I just like to share my bujo, like I said, for just showing how I use it, but I don't necessarily think you need to be an artist to do bullet journaling. Obviously I do paintings and drawings and all of that because I like doing it, but honestly, like I said before, I think the bujo system is so great for how it works, not necessarily for all the aesthetic things, which it seems just a bit over the top sometimes and like this is the whole point, but it's actually not. I'm gonna stop rambling and get into this. I have to say at the start that this year, and this is a confession, and you know, I think this is the realest thing, I've been really bad with my bullet journal, and I want to go into that more. I want to really get into that habit. I don't know what it is. I don't know why this just doesn't feel like something I want to pick up all the time. You can see I'm like on page 60, 70, so like half of the months I didn't do, and so I think it's, for me, it's really good having like a plan to show you this bujo, so I do the video and all, even if I'm late, I still do it, which I don't know why I'm so bad into this habit. So let's get to September. So usually on this page I do a little like wrap up of the previous month. I did do some, here it has some just, you know, bullet points on what I want to take into the next month, which I always think is good. What did work, what didn't, especially if you're a beginner, you just really don't know. And I think it's good to try out new things. But if it's something that is just a hassle, it's too long, it's just too complicated, scratch it. Go for simplicity. I definitely have to remind myself of that too. It is the introduction page, which is a very popular thing. It just, you know, gets you in a new month. It's absolutely not necessary. You can just write September and just be good with it. But like I said, I'm an artist. I like doodling and art and stuff. So it just kind of always invites me. So for this, as you can see, I went with a full theme. I actually asked you guys on Instagram, on my Instagram stories, what you wanted to see. And I did think about making a Harry Potter plan with me again. I did one in September. September is kind of my Harry Potter month because it's my birthday month, and I just know something about Harry Potter that just, you know, is kind of a warm feeling, whatever. But now I'm kind of glad that you picked this theme because I tried to, as I said, keep it simple because the Harry Potter one would have looked nice, but you know, realistically not everybody could just do it. As you can see here, I went with watercolors. I said before that watercolors are my favorite mediums, and I think they're totally underrated for use of bullet journal. You see always people using, you know, all the different markers and tomboy pens and whatever, and they're crazy good, but they're expensive. And you might be thinking, I have to use this, you know, I have to use all this calligraphy stuff, but you can easily do calligraphy or just generally bring some colors in with watercolors. Now these are my Winsor&Newton watercolors, which are not super expensive, a little more expensive, but I've been using only these. Like for all of my artwork, whatever it is, I've just used this palette, which I can say like is pretty, you know, pretty good. Basically I blobbed on some colors, created some kind of fallish theme. For me, fall is definitely like all the colors, like my main point that I want to bring over, less of like little details, and I think for that reason watercolors are really good to just bring in the colors you want, whatever that is. For fall, I think this is pretty fitting. And then I went in with a brush pen, but you can use any kind of pen. I personally like the brush pen because it's more loose and sketchy and you don't feel like you need some super perfect lines, which I'm not all for. I'm really liking the textured kind of look that watercolor has. It dries in just different funky styles, and the paper is kind of wrinkly, but I honestly liked that used look. If you use watercolors and you want to use ink on top, then I would recommend first put down the watercolors, let it completely dry. Obviously don't use too much water and the ink won't smudge. That's my whole point. Don't do it the other way around. So the next page, before I start blabbering on and on, is my September monthly overview. Now you may know that usually I go with a vertical style because I just feel like I have more space for each day. For this month I just decided to switch it up a little bit, and you might notice, hey, there's not 31 days on here. Because I'm already a week in, I decided to just skip it. As for this design, as I said, I went with full watercolors. You can see me tape up some spaces. Use the tape a few times before you put it on the page. Make sure it's not too sticky. Next, we have a monthly overview. This is just me scrambling all the things a little bit together so I can have like an overview basically. And I try to change this up. Sometimes I have it more structured, sometimes I keep it more loosely, but I tried some different techniques with the watercolors. So I outlined some things, I made boxes, I included little tiny things. I think just adding little like details, designs is a good thing, just so you can bring over your theme. And you can see it's basic, it's nothing too complicated. Include a little hedgehog, but you definitely don't have to include this. If you feel like, I don't want to be too artistic, then just screw this thing. You don't have to be artistic. I usually have my overview with some goals. I try to keep it simple, so 3 goals. One of my goals is definitely prepping for October, and the other one, like I said, I want to get in the habit of journaling, so I definitely, should do this more. I have lists I want to include because since I started this, I really didn't transfer any lists over, and I really want to have like a reading list, a recipe list, just so many lists you can do, which is the point of a Bujo, and I just haven't utilized that fact at all. 3 habit trackers. I try to reduce the habit trackers I have, not everything, just a few things that I want to focus on basically. And then I have my social media tracker, which I definitely need to use more. Here I have a little grid section where I can see like how far along am I with each video. Next I have an expensive tracker, which is nothing on here. I really don't know how to design this, but you may know that I recently moved. I moved out. I'm now in an apartment with my sister. Like, really, realistically, I don't have any clue what exactly do I need, what does go where and whatever. I'm really bad when it comes to money, so yeah, I need to figure out like a design or a template for anything, but this is an effort, okay? It's an effort. Next, I have Inktober prep. There is an official prompt list where you can get inspiration from, but you can pretty much just do your own thing, whatever you need. The idea is that you're using inks, that you're getting better with inks, you can use different mediums into it. And it's just, overall, it's fun how everybody does it. And I just think that's the fun part about it. And I really want to challenge myself to do more videos. As you can see here, I'm trying to realistically filter out what I can do, because like, what I dream is maybe not what the reality is. So I think bullet journaling is just a good way to just blow up everything on a page and just filter out what you actually want. And I personally really like mind maps. I know you used to have to do them at school and people hated them. I always loved them. For my creative brain that is just so scattered, it's a good thing. But that's just me. So next and finally, just a basic title. It's how to get into a habit of journaling. It's pretty straightforward, and I just have no clue how to tackle this problem, or basically want to get into it, because I think this is the root of all of my problems. If I want to get into the other habits, then I need to use my bullet journal to just take track of these. And for this month, I really want to focus on that. I want to try some ideas and tips and tricks from other people. If you want to see more about this, then definitely let me know. I have been thinking about starting a little like Bujo series where I talk about like how to get into a Bujo, how to do this, how to do that, the mindset, the idea, and less of the aesthetics, just more of the reasons behind it, and just kind of being more encouraging and giving a little more value. So I think I will do a little video series on this, on my experience getting into journaling, which is strange to say because I've been bullet journaling for like 2 years, but I'm still feeling I'm struggling, and I think it's a good thing to share your struggles. For now, this is the pages that I have. I hope this gave you some ideas on how you could do it in the future. Definitely try to create some of these if you want. And if you have any questions, then yeah, let me know. So I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more of me, definitely subscribe. Like I said, usually I do watercolor, not just watercolors, but definitely watercolors. I also have an Instagram where I post this artwork and try to be just all fancy pantsy with my feet. A little bit obsessive, maybe just a little bit, but yeah, this is where I am online. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. So goodbye.